What's up? What's up? What's up?
How was
Hello.
your weekends? Your Halloween weekends? Did you guys do anything exciting? The weather was so
Uh,
nice.
no, we happened upon we went out to go grab some food Saturday night. And we like happened upon a block party, so we checked that out just so mostly we could get food there because they had a good food trucks in Nashville. But other than that, just like it rained here Halloween, so no one even really trick or treated.
Uh, well, that sounds cool that you were able to just walk up on some people and hey, you were able to join the party. Brings you back to college days, I'm sure.
It made me feel really old, honestly, it did, because everyone else was there was like college age, and we were like tourists, you know.
Well, you know, that's funny. Hey, Coop, how are you?
Hello, hello, Dom. How's it going?
I'm well, thank you for asking.
Good. Thanks for recording that video. If you didn't catch it, Dom put an awesome video going through the pre-mint process in members announcements, so you can check that there. Feel free to ping either of us if you have any questions, but we will dig into that a little bit deeper here tonight. Let everybody get in here. Welcome. We had an epic quiz house. Gooden crushed it. We gotta adjust his odds. He's coming in hot. Welcome to the stage. Bez, how's it going?
Pretty good. Just about to settle in to watch our Phillies here.
Cannot wait. Gonna be potentially in Nashville for the win, which would be upsetting to miss the riot, but
Yeah,
we'll make it work.
yeah, yeah. It feels like game two was played like 2 years ago.
It really does. It really, really does. Well, welcome everybody, and this is the every Tuesday 8 p.m. LinksDAO community call. We are going to touch on a few things, especially relating to the PFP that we're releasing. But before we dive into that, I want to turn things over to Bez to talk about our core mission, the core goal, buying a golf course, where we stand, what's next, and yeah. So for that, Bez, what's
Yeah,
new?
uh, a lot. I mean, I think we shared. Was that a Spaces or Podium? When was the last time we talked? We have an update on this
Like last Tuesday.
last Tuesday. Yeah, that was the Spaces, right?
I think it was in the community call, but yeah, in
Oh,
here.
yes. Yeah. Okay. And yeah. So the quick update. We've narrowed it down to five, maybe six architects. Um, three of those first five, I think you shared some of this in the last call that I couldn't join, but three of those first five have top 100 credits to their name. They've ensure they know what they're doing, and these are people that for the most part we've been talking to since January, basically. So they've been tracking the progress of the project. They've been keeping up to date. We've kept them apprised of how things have been going. Um, we started with a pool of probably about a dozen or so architects and designers that we started talking to shortly after mint, probably within like 3 or 4 weeks after mint. Um, and that's not to say that those people aren't interested in what we're doing that aren't in that final five or six. There are some people that we just don't candidly think are like a great fit for the project overall, or we don't think are a great fit for the first course that we're working on. Um, and so um, we're expecting a full report from Kemper by the end of this week on the first course that we're sort of doing a very, very deep dive on. I was just emailing with uh, a couple of our contacts there before we hopped on the call here, and they feel very good about it. We are probably going to start planning site visits with those architects. My goal would be sort of like the back half of this month into the first part of December, with an eye towards having one of those people tied to the project, um, before the end of the year, and certainly before we put an offer in. That would be my preference, before we put an offer in on the course. And then obviously, as we've talked about, having members come to those visits. And so trying to figure out sort of the sequencing there, whether that's sort of the latter part of December or in conjunction with some of these December visits, or even sort of the first part of January. So yeah, a lot going on the course front. And if anything, it's just a matter of scheduling and sequencing. And then the last thing I'll say on the course front, and then maybe I'll shut up and Coop, you can ask me questions, or people can ask questions, is we're still actively looking at other locations. So we're not going to be satisfied with just this one. If for whatever reason, things fall through, we're not going to take this for granted. There's also plenty of other opportunities that we might want to, put capital to work and buy something else. And so we're actively looking and scouting other sites. One in particular, that's also in the Southeast, probably about a few hours from this location, is one that we've been emailing. Actually spoke to the architect of this course, who happens to be the owner of the course, back in January, February as well. And he is, open to selling for the right price, which is actually a very reasonable price given the quality of the course. So we're looking at probably doing a visit down there, maybe even in conjunction with, these other site visits that we're talking about. So anyway, a lot of stuff going on. And at this point, it's mostly a scheduling and logistics exercise, to make sure that we can get as many people down there to evaluate the property as possible, and have as many informed opinions on it as possible.
That's awesome. So 2 probable locations, 1 highly likely location, and visits occurring with architects, Kemper, and members within the next month-ish is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. I mean, we certainly architects before the end of this month. I'm actually going to be, I convinced / tricked my wife that we should go to Pebble Beach for an anniversary trip. So I'm playing with one of the architects at Monterey Peninsula next Friday, actually. So that's a little alpha. He was instrumental in redesigning one of the courses there. And so I'm playing with him next Friday morning. He's super pumped about what we're doing. He's probably the first person that we take a site visit with. And Monterey Peninsula Dunes is I think it was 79th, the most recent Golf Digest top 100. So that's just one of the architects that we are speaking with who wants to make a visit with us.
That is awesome. So cool. Additionally, we're going to be reviewing some more of the scouting applications for members that have put those in. And as like Bez said, the logistics of this get hammered out. We will be in touch with some of you about these trips. So really looking forward to that. Awesome. Well, thank you, Bez, so much for the update. Does anyone have any questions for Bez before he jumps and we get into the PFP stuff? Feel free to raise your hand. Anybody on stage? Too easy. Awesome. We'll tag Bez in the chat if you have any. Oh, we got San Fran coming in right before the buzzer. Come up on stage, San Fran Crypto. How's it going?
Hey, good. Thanks, guys. Yeah, quick question. You'd mentioned, I believe, both highly likely and I forget the terminology. There was highly likely and probable or something like that. Just curious if it's possible to specify the regions of where those different categories of
Like a percentage basis, or you mean geographic region?
geographic region. Yeah,
They're both in the Southeast.
got it. Thanks.
Yep.
Hopefully, course number 2 or 3 closer to San Fran, because I'm assuming based on your name, that's where you are.
Totally. I mean, maybe we could build something next to Pebble Beach. That would work too.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, appreciate it, Bez and San Fran. Like to just quickly touch on the fact that some of the pro shop items are selling out. So if you haven't visited yet, the gear is sick, the merch is sweet. The new Lynx sweatshirts are so cozy. I wear them almost every day. Perfect stuff for fall golf. Now I want to jump into PFP time. You may have noticed that we have a new major announcement in the server that shows some art previews. We can repost that in the PFP chats as well, but those are some more iterations of the one of ones that will be able to be minted this month. We'll be announcing the mint date shortly in the future. But the big note that I really want to share with you all today is that there will be a snapshot of LinksDAO holders this Friday. That is November 4th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time is when the snapshot will take place to determine who is and is not a LinksDAO holder. Again, that's this Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern. So if you are holding a LinksDAO Genesis NFT, the LinksDAO membership, leisure or global, at 5 p.m. this Friday, you will be automatically added to the first phase of the mint, which is there's a graphic in the announcement, but I'm going to copy it right now and drop it in Clubhouse just so everyone can see it. There are 3 phases to this mint. There's the snapshot phase for leisures and globals. Then there is the allow list phase, private, friends and family. That's the password protected allow list. That will be first. Then the public allow list. And then if any supply remains available, it will go to a final phase for the public. And we are working on getting a fiat option for that as well, if there is any supply remaining. But really excited about this and appreciate all the hype, all the new follows on the Links Champions account. Keep spreading the word, keep sharing that list with your golfer friends, right? We're doing this as a free mint. So I'm really not confident we'll get to the public phase of that, but that's the plan for now. So keep an eye out on that. We'll be in chat to answer questions. And additional note, we had a bunch of people come up and ask if you plan to mint from the wallet that holds your LinksDAO NFTs. So that means if you are minting from your wallet that holds your LinksDAO memberships, you do not need to do anything special as long as you're holding those NFTs on Friday at 5 p.m. But if you have a hardware wallet or a cold wallet, a ledger, and you don't want to mint from your vault, from your sacred wallet, we have created a tool that will allow you to delegate a hot wallet, a minting wallet for use on mint day. So this will this will basically switch the permission from your cold wallet to a hot wallet that you designate. So you'll be able to mint on mint day. Now, this is not for everyone. Most of you won't have to do anything, but if you have a hardware wallet that you don't want to connect, we do have that tool, and this is going to be posted in members chat right now. We set up a tool for it. You type !delegate. Marshall, who's already dressed up in his PFP, will give you the link to clubhouse.linksdao.io and allow you to delegate a minting wallet. Got a question here. We'll get Diana up on stage. How's it going?
Hey, and thanks for the help earlier. Thank you, Dom, for posting that video. So, question whenever it comes to the friends and family for that list. And whenever we've talked about pricing, I believe it's already been announced for holders, free plus gas prices. For the friends and family, is that similar or different? Are we allowed to disclose or talk about it?
Yeah, I think the cat's out of the bag. That private friends and family allow list, the one that has the password and members announcements, that one is free also.
Yay! Thank you.
Yeah, so that's why we want you to share with your friends, golfers who don't want to buy a leisure pass, don't want to drop the money to get in on the floor price. They can get into the LinksDAO community for simply the price of gas. The only thing that will be necessary to get that access is to set up a crypto wallet. So they're going to have a MetaMask with a few bucks for gas in it on mint day. Otherwise, they're going to have to hope that there's supply remaining when it goes to public and try to use that cross mint feature. So make sure you sign up, get your friends signed up. Cool. Well, additionally, hope everyone had a happy Halloween and noticed the awesome video and story that Jordan has shared from the Champions account. Super cool lore, and to turn that over to Jordan to fill us in a little bit more about what this PFP is, what the project is, what these golfers, these champions are.
Thanks, Coop. Happy Tuesday, everybody. So last week, as Coop mentioned, we told you all the story of the champions. We did a little story time for those who weren't here. We showed you, though, a little bit of artwork of the story. So we were able to tell you audibly, but you weren't able to see a lot of that artwork. And so yesterday, we released a lot more visuals on the Links Champions Twitter account. It is at Links Champions. Give it a follow if you haven't yet, and go check out that account. I am going to post directly to those tweets so you can see two things. The first is a teaser video that kind of an animation of the story. And then we also did a tweet thread that walks you through the entire story with supporting visuals for each step of the story. So if you go over to the Champions Discord chat, it is under the community heading. It's a public channel. I'm going to post that now. And you'll see a link to that video, and you'll see a link to the tweet thread. So I'm excited to get to see the champions as you guys start minting, having them blend in amongst us on Discord and Twitter. As you know, the story is they go in and they after they're struck by lightning, they go into the pro shop. They're hunting for clothing, right, to blend in with the other members, to blend in with us. And they find a Halloween box. Halloween was last night. They find a few Halloween boxes from a party that was at the club the night before. So they start throwing on all these crazy costumes. You can see that in major announcements now. We just released some more, and you can see some of that stuff that they found in those boxes and started wearing as disguises because they have to fit in with the other members. So there's really fun and wacky clothing and accessories that I'm excited to see you guys adorn on your PFPs once we mint. You're going to love this as we continue to roll out more of the art. Any questions on any of that?
Feel free to raise your hand, come up on stage, talk about the story. Yeah, really exciting stuff. So that's why the images you're seeing are gold. These are trophies that have come to life, struck by lightning, and we're really excited about the traits, the ultra rares that the art team has worked up. Put a ton of work into these. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, I want to turn it over to Mr. Senor to talk a little bit about mint mechanics. Right, we've touched on the mint windows, how this is going to work, but providing a little bit more detail about, like, when can you mint, etc. So, Mr. Senor, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I can put a little bit more of a finer point on the sort of when you can do that for sure. So, as Cooper alluded to, there's different phases for this mint, and that will resemble any other sort of mint you've been a part of, right? I think as a second NFT project like ours, we wanted to make sure that first and foremost, our members got first dibs, right? And we have yet to announce exactly how many each token will afford you, but we know that it will be more for globals, less for leisures, and you will be rewarded for, I don't know if rewarded is the right word, but you will be able to mint multiple if you own multiple NFTs. So basically how that works in the background is on Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern time, we take a snapshot, and that locks in sort of which wallets own which NFTs. That then allows us to create a list and then only that list will be eligible to mint on day one of what I'll call mint week, right? So we sort of open up mint week, and on the first day, only people on that snapshot list, only wallets on that snapshot list will be able to mint. Now, Cooper also mentioned there's an additional sort of service that we've provided that you can delegate to a minting wallet. If you do that, we'll associate the snapshot wallet with a delegated wallet and make sure that that delegated wallet can mint on the members only mint day. Okay, so we'll do that association in the background. What you'll experience is you show up to the mint site, which we will only ever publish in official channels. We will never ever drop that in a surprise. If you see anything related to our mint outside of an official Twitter or Discord channel, ignore it. It is spam, but you'll show up to that official site and you'll be able to connect your wallet. When you connect your wallet, it will then show you based on your snapshotted wallet address and or if you delegated your delegated wallet address, how many of the PFPs you'll be able to mint. You'll then hit mint, you'll pay some gas, you'll sign the transaction in the wallet that you're choosing to mint from, and it'll then pass those tokens into your wallet. They will be pre-revealed. It'll be an animated GIF that speaks to the story. It will not be your actual PFP that you can visualize. Once we mint out, then we will do a reveal of that and we'll announce that ahead of time. But that's the first day, right? So first day, only members, no one else. Day two, then, will be for the friends and family list and members. So if you weren't able to go on the first day, you technically can, but here's where the rub comes. We've done the math on the mint mechanics to ensure that if you mint on day one, you have an almost 100% certainty that you're going to get a PFP. If you wait to day two, there's no guarantees that you'll get one. Reason being is as we add people to the mintable list, coming from the friends and family list, there's sort of more people that are competing for the same pool of NFTs. So it's really important. And Jordan and Cooper will be spending tons and tons of time of getting this message out there. Obviously, y'all are in the Discord and you get all the information. But for other people out there, we got to get that call out. So to make sure that on the first day, as many people as possible who are members commit. Then the second day, friends and family. You get to the third day, that's when we open it up to the public allow list. And so at that point, people on the public allow list will be able to mint. They will not be able to mint as many as existing Genesis holders. We have not disclosed the price yet for the public mint. We will do so prior to minting, but we're not doing it now. But at that point, then we expect to mint out during that window. But if we don't, for whatever reason, the fourth phase would then be anyone just hitting the website and being able to mint, and likely the fiat will be an option for those folks. So that's kind of the step by step. Jordan's graphic is there that kind of outlines those mint phases. We'll continue to disclose more information about the sort of mint mechanics, specifically the how many. That's more to come next week, but the major headlines for tonight are number one, Snapshot Friday. So we're locked in on the list for members on Friday. We'll honor that list. Nothing before, nothing after. At 5 p.m. Eastern, that's the list of people who get to mint on members. The second thing is that you can delegate a wallet if you want, and you can visit the link that Cooper's provided to do so. You don't have to do that before Friday, but I would absolutely, demand that we do it by end of next week so that we can associate all the addresses, and we'll remind you. And then the last thing is members will be able to mint by themselves on the first day, and it's incredibly important to do it on that first day to ensure that you have the chance to get one of the PFPs, because the longer you wait and the more people we add to the minting windows, the less likely you are to be able to grab one. Cooper, anything I forgot there? Happy to answer questions too, but anything that I forgot there?
I think you covered it all. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw Bryce Harper just hit a 2-run home run, so I may have been slightly distracted, but if there's anything you missed, we will be available in the chats to cover it, and more announcements like the mint date are coming very, very soon. But the key point, like you said, headline, snapshot this Friday, spread the word. We want to make sure everybody knows that that's when the snapshot is. But thank you for those details. And welcome back to the stage, Diana.
Hey, so for minting, I haven't ever done a mint before. Do I have to have a MetaMask or a Coinbase wallet, or does it matter what kind of wallet I have?
Technically, it doesn't necessarily matter, but I would strongly recommend MetaMask. It is by far the most sort of widely supported and least likely to cause problems. And I would hate for you to have problems on mint day because it can be kind of stressful for everybody involved. So I would strongly recommend MetaMask for minting on the mint site.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Sweet. All right. We've got a little fun treat for y'all, day after Halloween. But if you are not a member and don't have access to the private allow list, pre-mint website, Jordan has a fun way for you to potentially get on to the pre-mint.
Yeah, so this is something we're not going to do often, if at all, remaining for the rest up until mint. So this is something we are doing, and we're doing an open password protected allow list for the next 24 hours only. It is on our Instagram account. So go to Instagram, follow the LinksDAO account, go watch the story. We just posted this story, and as you all know, on Instagram, stories only last for 24 hours. You'll find the password in that story on Instagram and the link. So there's a link there, and that's a private link with the password in the story, and that will be up for 24 hours only to get on the allow list. So again, Instagram, follow the LinksDAO account, watch the story, and you can click that link right from the story and put that password in. So go check out our Instagram.
Sweet. If there are any other questions, feel free to raise your hand, and we can talk about it here. If not, check the major updates, check the chats, check the graphics. All of the details you should need are there. If you want to delegate, type !delegate to get that link to the Clubhouse delegation tool. Just a side note, it says your wallet is already delegated. That just means successfully delegated. No one has previously gone in and used that tool to delegate your wallet. We're updating that right now. But thank you everyone for being here. I am super stoked about buying our golf course and these PFPs. So I hope you are too. And have a wonderful evening. Go Phillies.
Go Phillies.
Thanks,
One
y'all.
last thing, everyone.
Yes.
Next Tuesday, we're going to be doing a wallet security section in this community call. So like Mr. Senior said, obviously ignore anything that doesn't come from official LinksDAO channels. But it's always a good thing to brush up on your wallet security right before a mint. If you scroll down to the education section in the Discord, there's already a wallet security section. If you scroll up a little bit, there's a presentation that we put together that goes over the basics of wallet security. And we'll be creating a little bit more comprehensive kind of walkthrough for how to mint safely and how to understand all the mint mechanics. But yeah, make sure you guys stay safe out there.
Really good points. Definitely beware of scams. Only trust the official links. Triple check your URLs and the accounts you're interacting with. It's definitely important note. Thank you so much, Austin. All right. Well, have a great night, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.